The Canadian climate being what it is, there's probably a lot of machinery that you own or operate that you only use seasonally. For example, my dirt bike, my lawnmower, and my outboard motors barely get used 6 months of the year. Now, the fuel that's in the fuel system goes bad after about 3 months. Fuel companies tell you not to store more than a 3-month supply of fuel for a couple of reasons. First of all, they blend it seasonally, so if you're using gas that you purchased in the winter in the summer or vice versa, you're either going to experience starting problems or vapor lock, or maybe even both. However, the one thing that I want to talk about this week is the fact that the fuel in that fuel system, if you store it more than 3 months, it's going to get rust and corrosion in it, it's going to get gum and varnish in it. Now, if you add fuel stabilizer to it, it'll take care of all those problems, so you won't have any problems running that machinery next season when you want to operate it. Here's what you do. Take your fuel stabilizer. On this particular one, they've made it so that the cap holds 5 milliliters, which is the ratio that you're going to use, 5 milliliters per liter of fuel. Fill the cap up and then dump it into your machine. This particular machine holds about a liter of fuel, so 1 capful will do it. However, if you've already stored your machinery away and you can't do this, I still suggest you add it to the tanks. For example, if you've pulled your outboard motors out, you can't run them without having the lower unit in water. So you could at least add it to the fuel tank to make sure that that fuel standing in the tank is still good for next season. If you're storing your machinery in one of those backyard sheds, I recommend that you fill the tanks, because those sheds tend to have some wild temperature fluctuations. Even on a cold winter's day, if the sun's hitting them, they can get real hot inside, and at night they get really cold. That tends to induce moisture to enter the fuel system through condensation. If you have the tanks full and stabilizer in it, it'll minimize the problems that you could have under that situation. Been using this stuff for years. I really believe in it. I suggest that you pick some up and use it. The ratio is 5 milliliters for every liter of fuel. This bottle will treat 70 liters. Go out and check all that machinery that you've got standing around, put some in it. Till next week, I'm Bill Gardner for Motoring 98.